Last week, Walmart, the biggest and cheapest store in America, told its investors that high gas prices are hurting their shoppers so badly that they expect sales to slow for the rest of the year. They absorbed a $175 million fuel hit in a single quarter, rather than raise prices on customers who are already stretched thin. When a company that size makes that kind of decision, it tells you something important about what is happening to real American families right now. This video is going to show you exactly what it means for your budget and what to do about it. Let us start with what Walmart actually told investors, in plain English. On May 21st, Walmart released its quarterly earnings report. The sales numbers were solid, but the full-year forecast came in well below what analysts expected. The stock fell 7% on the news. Walmart's finance chief John David Rainey explained why. High fuel prices are putting pressure on household budgets, and critically, he warned that the situation will get worse in the coming months as the boost from tax refunds fades away. That last point matters enormously. In the first quarter of this year, a lot of American families had tax refund money hitting their accounts, often the largest single deposit of the year. That cushion softened the blow from high gas prices for a few months. But refund season is over, the cushion is gone. And the full weight of what fuel cost in 2026 is about to land on household budgets without any offset. Walmart chose to absorb a $175 million hit to its own profit growth rather than raise prices. That is not charity. That is a company that knows its core customer is already at the breaking point. When the cheapest store in America makes a decision that costs it nearly $200 million to protect its shoppers, that tells you more about the state of American household finances than any economic report. Here's what the fuel situation actually looks like on a household level right now. The national average hit $4.56 per gallon over Memorial Day weekend, the highest in 4 years, up $1.38 from the same period last year. Since the Iran war began in late February, the national average has risen 47%. For the average American driver filling a 15-gallon tank once a week, that is over $1,000 more in annual fuel costs compared to 12 months ago. On the same driving habits, going to the same places, working the same job. And here's the summer outlook. GasBuddy is projecting a nationwide per-gallon average of $4.80 for the full summer driving season. Analysts warn that if the Strait of Hormuz closure drags on the record high of $5.02 per gallon, last touched in June 2022, could come back into range. Walmart's warning was not based on a temporary blip. It was based on a fuel price environment that analysts expect to persist through the entire summer, and a consumer who has already absorbed over $1,000 in extra annual fuel costs with no relief in sight. Here's the part of the story that most people are not calculating, and it is costing them significantly more than the pump price alone. 30% of Americans are now putting fuel on a credit card they cannot pay in full at the end of the month. That number has been rising all year as gas prices have climbed. And here is why that matters so much in the current environment. When you charge gas to a credit card carrying a 22% annual interest rate, that $4.56 per gallon fuel does not actually cost you $4.56. Factor in the interest on a revolving balance, and every gallon you charge costs you meaningfully more over the months it takes to pay it off. A $50 fill-up on a revolving credit card at 22% carried for 12 months costs you over $61. The pump added $11 to the price of that fuel through interest alone. Stop charging gas. Pay with a debit card or cash at every fill-up. The short-term discipline of not adding fuel to a revolving balance saves you a meaningful percentage of what you spend on fuel every single year. Here are 5 specific moves that reduce how much of your paycheck goes to fuel, without changing where you need to go or what you need to do. Move 1. Use a gas cashback app every single time you fill up. Apps like Upside offer 2 to 25 cents per gallon back at participating stations. At current prices, that can recover $5 to $15 per month with zero change to your driving habits. That is $60 to $180 per year recovered from a single app habit. Move 2. Fill up on Monday or Tuesday. Gas prices typically rise heading into the weekend as demand increases. AAA data consistently shows Monday and Tuesday as the lowest price days of the week at most stations. A habit of filling up midweek rather than on a Friday or Saturday can save 5 to 15 cents per gallon over time. Move 3. Combine errands into a single efficient trip. Every cold start of your engine burns more fuel during the warm-up period than a car already at operating temperature. 2 separate trips to 2 different stores burns more fuel than 1 connected trip. That hits both. Plan your weekly errands as a single loop, and you can realistically reduce your fuel consumption by 10 to 15% with no change to where you go. Move 4. Check your tire pressure this week. Underinflated tires reduce your fuel economy by up to 3%, according to the Department of Energy. On a vehicle getting 25 miles per gallon, that is a meaningful efficiency loss. The recommended pressure is on the sticker inside your driver's side door frame. Check it and add air if needed. Free to do, real fuel savings every mile. Move 5. Use cruise control on the highway. This single driving habit consistently improves fuel economy by 7 to 14%. If you commute on the highway or take regular road trips this summer, set it, maintain a consistent speed, and let the savings accumulate. Here's the budget piece that ties everything together, and it is the most important part of this video. Most American household budgets have a gas line item. Most of them were set based on what fuel cost when the budget was last updated, which for most people was sometime in 2024 or early 2025 when prices were meaningfully lower. If your fuel budget says $150 a month and you are actually spending $230 a month, you have an $80 monthly gap that your budget does not account for. That gap has to come from somewhere, and where it usually comes from is debt. The credit card balance grows a little, the minimum payment climbs, and you're never quite sure where the money went because your budget said you were fine. Open your last 4 weeks of bank or credit card statements right now. Find every gas station charge, add them up and divide by 4. That is your real monthly fuel cost today. Update your budget line to that number. Then identify one other category that has to shrink to compensate. Dining out, streaming subscriptions, impulse purchases. One targeted adjustment that makes the math work before the credit card makes that decision for you. Every dollar you recover from smarter fuel habits and redirect to your highest interest debt is a guaranteed return equal to your interest rate. At 22%, that is a guaranteed 22% return on money you were going to spend on gas anyway, just spent more efficiently. That is the debt defense in action. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only. Individual results may vary. Please consult a financial professional for advice specific to your situation. The Debt Defense System and the Finance Reset Toolkit are both in the description below. The Finance Reset Toolkit maps your complete budget at real 2026 costs, including fuel at what it actually costs right now. The Debt Defense System gives you the 30-day plan that turns every dollar you recover from smarter spending into guaranteed debt payoff progress. Check the description below for all links. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Pocket Pilot Fina, and subscribe for daily money moves that actually work. Subscribe now, new money tip every single day.